We are in Ostend today. It's 10th of May 2024. We are at Huginns Awakening Fest now. With me is Vinicius, and he's one of the band members of DISGRACE and TERROR from Brazil. First, thank you so much for your time to do this interview. We really appreciate that. Maybe first question would be just give an introduction of the band. What is the band? When was it founded? Did you found the band or a colleague of you, etc.? So just.
Okay, first of all, thank you very much for inviting us for the interview. We really appreciate it. It's very important for us to be in touch with the underground all over the world. You know, this is the third time that we've been here in Europe. We usually tour a lot in South America as well, so we feel really honored to be part of the community, of heavy metal community. The band, it started in the early 2000s with Aldir and Rot, the guys, the drummer and the bass and vocalist. They are still in the band from the original lineup. And I joined them 10 years ago in 2014, so it's been a long time.
All right.
We managed to keep the lineup together for a long time now, so we feel very confident in the music that we're doing, so it's cool, you know. And the band started out and they put out a demo CD called The War. Then they put out their first full-length album in I think it was 2003 or 2005, if I'm not mistaken. But it was a very interesting story for us because we come from a city way up north in Belém do Pará, in Brazil, in the Amazon region. And they were one of the first guys in our city that went to São Paulo to record the album. And they did it on tape and the whole thing. So
yeah, old school.
They've made an impression on a lot of us in Belém. Due to that, and including me. I was a young guy when they released their first album. I was like 14, 15 years old.
Wow.
And that one of the first albums that I got was this one. It's called Shadows of Violence, the album that they put out. So many years later, here I am playing with them.
You're in the band now.
Yeah, it's cool. We always had a good relationship, you know, mutual respect for each other. I've been playing in bands since I was very young, since I was like 14, 15 years old. And we always got along great, so it's cool to be able to contribute to the music now.
Super. So you play thrash metal. Yeah, Brazil is quite famous as far as that is concerned. Many big famous bands. But still, which bands would you say DISGRACE and TERROR inspired most, maybe, or have maybe the connection to bands that you?
Yeah, I think the root of the sound that we have now it's quite different from the early days, but we still connected to the thrash metal roots that came from like the Bay Area and from Germany and from Europe, you know, from the classic bands, you know, yeah, Destruction and Sodom, and of course from the States, Exodus and Dark Angel, and you know, the really heavy, fast stuff that we still love, that kind of stuff. But I think as the years went by, since the vocals of Rot are quite close to death metal, you know, very powerful, low growling, and we kind of, the music started to drift more towards death metal as well. And we have major death metal influences. I'm a big death metal guy, you know. I'm a big fan of Morbid Angel and Deicide and Cannibal Corpse and Immolation, all that kind of stuff, and the guys as well. So we have a very interesting mix to our sound. It has the speed, it has the intensity of thrash metal, yeah, but it still has the darkness and the heaviness of death metal. We try to mix it all together, and this latest album that we put out, there's a bit more influence of black metal as well, and so we kind of drift into a more like a thrash black, thrash death metal kind of thing.
Super. Yeah. That's amazing. So we saw the show yesterday. It was very intense, very energetic, very powerful, very trashy. It was really incredible show. So congrats for that. It has been a while that your band was in Belgium. How is it, or how was it now yesterday to play in such a festival here? And what are your impressions so far of the festival? And reactions on your show or etc.?
Yes, it's fantastic to be able to get back here. 7 years ago was the last time that we played. Yeah, a long time ago, and this is the third time, the third European tour in the history of the band. The second with me. They've been here before in 2011, before I joined, with a good friend of mine playing guitar, and also one of the first bands in our region to be able to play in Europe. So another, congratulations to the guys as well on that end. But it's fantastic to be able to finally play at a big festival in Europe, and what an amazing festival it is. Yeah, it's a killer lineup, 3 days, and they've all been so nice to us throughout the whole period of the festival. We really appreciate Angelo and the guys. They're being great. Tweed, he's a long-time friend of ours. We stayed at his house last time we were here, so we feel very welcome and
family,
very
family
happy. Yeah,
almost, let's say. Or
that's right. Yeah. So last time we were here, we stayed at Tweed's house, and he welcomed us in an amazing way. And we got here and we saw so many friends that we saw last time. So that's fantastic. We can't wait to get back.
To get back already. So great. Now, what I was wondering also, how do you prepare just before a show? Because some people just like to be silent and sometimes meditate or stay away from all the noise and the things. Or do you like to pump up yourself and listen to heavy music already, to jump on the stage full of energy? Or what is this for you or for the band in general?
Yeah, what we usually like to do when we arrive at a venue is to kind of feel the pulse of the place, get a feel for what's going on around us. So talking with the people, talking with the headbangers at the place, feeling the energy of the crowd before we go on is very good, because then when we go on stage, we're already connected to the people. So that's important for us, to have that connection, to have the intensity of the show build up.
Nice. So you're already engaging with the public.
Yeah, before getting on stage.
Before, so, but it's really a good method, I think.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we're all the same. The only difference is we're up on stage, but we're all metalheads. We're all
but still
fans of music. Yeah.
We saw you yesterday also moshing and thrashing with other bands. Just being in the crowd, in the public. So that's really fantastic. It's really fun, and we really saw that you were enjoying yourselves. Not only on the stage, but afterwards, and enjoying other bands as well. So that's a really nice experience, I guess.
Yeah, I think that what keeps us with the energy on stage. It's a result of the love that we have for metal, and sharing that with everybody here is the whole point of the tour, I think. Because we come back home and we grow as people like that, connecting with metal fans from all over the world. We feel very, very lucky, very fortunate to be able to do that. Yeah.
Super. You're touring in Europe now, short stay in Belgium. Next week there's also a gig planned in Dist, Club Hell. So you're so many years on the road already, different albums. Of all the shows all over the years, which one would you say this is the most crazy ever, or the most memorable experience that you say this is really, there must be more of course, but one that you will never forget and say, wow, this will be in my mind forever, this I will really keep it always?
Yeah, this experience has been one of those, something that we're always going to remember. The first tour that we made in Europe that had two big festivals, one in Portugal and one here in Belgium. We played at the Barrocelas in Portugal, and now Huginns Awakening, that's growing and growing to be one of the biggest in Europe, I think. So it's fantastic. And we got all sorts of crazy stories on the road, over 20 years. And,
must be.
But I remember a couple of them. I think one of them was during the last European tour. We did a date in Furelos in Spain. It's a very small city on the way to the road of Santiago de Compostela, the peregrination that they do. And we had a crazy Spanish friend there that lives there, that has a small bar. And he said to us, "You're coming to Spain, you're going to play in my house, at the front of my house.
Wow.
So he rented the whole thing, the PAs and the lights in front of his house.
Oh my gosh.
In the middle of the peregrine.
Especially for you.
That was crazy, man. That was insane to be able to play like the most blasphemous Antichrist music on the holy
to entertain
road.
the pilgrims.
Yeah.
Entertain the pilgrims a little bit. On the
That was crazy experience for sure. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now we are almost at the end of this interview. What are the future plans of the band? The tour is still going on, of course. New album, new singles, new gigs. Where will the path lead you to? Maybe later this year or maybe next year, let's say.
Yes, this tour has been very intense for us because the album just came out as we were about to travel. So we had little time to work on the lyric videos and video clips and that kind of stuff. That's absolutely on the plans when we get back home, to bring the material, to the fans the best way that we can. And we have some dates planned for September in Colombia. And next year we're planning to do Peru again after a long time. And we're really happy to do that because South America has become like a second home for us. We tour there every year. We only stopped during the pandemic. But because it's very close for us to go, it's a lot cheaper for us to do the tour. And we have become great friends with many people over South America. We played, I think right now, almost every country in South America. We did Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Chile, Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, and I think we're only missing like Venezuela and Suriname. But
Who knows?
We're coming soon.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Never say never. So
Yeah, and most of these countries we already toured more than once. So we have great friends and a great connection there.
Super.
So, yeah.
We will keep an eye on your social media and see wherever you go.
Yeah. We plan on coming back to Europe as well 2 years from now. That's the plan in 2026.
Okay, that's already
arranging everything to be able to book in advance because the festivals, as you know, they're very crowded with bands. So we want to try a date for 2 years from now. It's a little easier for us to get in.
Nice.
And that's the plans for the band. Yeah, we usually plan way ahead of time. So
that's the best way to do, I guess. We can't wait to see you back here in the festival. Any last message, Vinicius, that you say to the viewers here? Anything that comes up in your mind that you would love to share?
Well, I love to share my deep gratitude to you for supporting metal, for supporting the underground scene all over the place, and bands from all over that come here. And we feel very welcome and very happy to be here, and we can't wait to get back.
All right, thank you so much for your time. Wish you all the best. Good luck on the tour. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay wild, and stay thrashy.
Thank you.
Thank you.